afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Live at 4. Barely here. They're asking for a mic check. Mark, we need...
Okay.
And the microphone's over there.
Yeah.
Not here.
And it's only Tuesday. All day, folks, just in case you didn't know.
Might be the heat.
Okay.
That's topping our news today. It is still hot. Millions of people are under heat advisories all over the country.
After 70 years after the lynching of Emmett Till, he gets a national monument.
And a new bill at the state capitol would make life easier for parents of young kids. Well, Keneally will tell us how. Let's take a look outside. B.B. Clark Beach, place to be today. Either in the water, in the shade. Soupy with some storms is tonight's special. Jacob's in the backyard. Hopefully we'll get some rain. Or no, it's not Jacob.
It's Greg. Hi, Greg.
It's Greg.
Yeah, we're going to have soupy conditions really with those dew points getting up to probably by 70, which we haven't seen this year. So the humidity is going to be the thing, but we do have storms potentially late tonight to early tomorrow morning. Right now, satellite just shows a few little clouds and a few shower up to the north. Otherwise, we're starting to see a few cirrus come overhead, but all in all, it's still fairly clear out there. Temperatures up now, upper 80s to have we coached the low 90s in western areas, so definitely can feel the warmth out there. As we look at the dew points right now, they're in the mid-60s. We were upper 60s to the west, even some 70s in Iowa. That's yet to come our way. That makes our heat index about 2 to 3 degrees above what our actual temperature is. So we're looking at the low 90s, maybe even reaching 95 today. Overall, the radar shows a few little showers up near Oshkosh or just to that with those clouds up there. Otherwise, we're looking at stuff to the west. That is a system that's developing and will develop more showers and thunderstorms, a complex probably later tonight over Minnesota and Iowa, and that's what we're tracking for late tonight, more likely early tomorrow morning. That could pose a threat in our area, but nothing in the evening. It's just going to be humidity is going to be the story too, with a few clouds out there, slowly going back to around 80 by 9 p.m. It definitely will be muggy out there and humid. And once again, overnight lows really not going to climb much below 70. We do have clouds and precip coming in there, but still it's going to be quite muggy as you wake up tomorrow morning, and that's what we're going to see. Overall, as we come up next, we're going to see more in the way of showers and thunderstorms. We'll time out maybe the severe threat if there is one, and how hot it's going to actually get tomorrow. But the good news is the weekend actually looks much cooler. All that a bit later.
All right, Greg, thank you. Well, firefighting is always a tough job, but this week's hot weather can make it even worse.
In today's Beyond the Barometer segment, our Kyle Pozorski spoke with firefighters in southern Wisconsin about how they are dealing with the added heat.
Well, right now, the Janesville Fire Department is training 4 new recruits joining the department. Typically, these are done this spring and fall. However, this year, they're doing it during the summer. This week, they're going through different scenarios as part of their training. Deputy Chief John McManus tells me that the heat wave we're experiencing right now adds complexity with their handling through taking so many breaks, and the recruits can learn effectively.
We're modifying the repetitions of what they're doing, making sure they get extra breaks. We have a cooling tent on site, and we're going through a lot of water.
These temperatures can be tough for people wearing shorts and t-shirts, and of course firefighters are wearing much more, which includes boots, thick fire-resistant pants, and jackets, as well as helmets and air tanks. When it's all put on, the gear can weigh between 50 and 75 pounds. Today I actually got to wear one of the jackets they use, which weighed close to 15 pounds, and even though I didn't get to put on all their gear, by the time I took it off, I was feeling pretty exhausted. It all goes to show in perspective how difficult the job is. Mark and Charlotte.
Thank you very much, Kyle. With the hot weather persisting this week, Public Health Madison Dane County has put out reminders to stay cool and hydrated. When temperatures approach 100, like they are likely to do later in the week, people who spend extended periods of time outside and in the sun can suffer from heat stroke or heat exhaustion. One way to keep both of those at bay is by staying properly hydrated.
You know, some of this advice we're giving is common sense things, you know, like if you're hot, cool yourself down, you know, like drink water if you're feeling dehydrated. It's not revolutionary ideas, but they're important.
The best ways to treat heat stroke and heat exhaustion is to cool the person down. Do not give the person fluids, but sponging with cool water can be quite effective.
Multiple municipalities are opening buildings to serve as cooling centers during the warmer weather. The goal is to help combat heat exhaustion and heat stroke. Cooling centers will be available in several areas in Middleton. The police department and fire department will be open 24 hours a day. The Middleton City Hall and Senior Center and Public Library also open during during normal working hours. In Rock County, the Beloit Transfer Center and Public Library will operate cooling centers as well.
In other news, a Madison man told police he shot and killed his son following an argument over 25 cents. 64-year-old John Shively appeared in court this afternoon, charged with first-degree intentional homicide in the death of his son, 25-year-old Zachary Shively. The father allegedly told investigators that he and Zachary had been arguing about money. Shively allegedly said he gave his son $2, but Zachary wanted $2.50. Shively said he only had 30 cents, but his son kept insisting he needed 25 cents more. A court commissioner set Shively's bond at $300,000.
A Marine from Verona was one of 3 Marines found dead inside a car on Sunday morning in Hampstead, North Carolina. All 3 Marines served at Camp Lejeune in North Carolina. 19-year-old Marine Corps Lance Corporal Tanner Kaltenberg was a motor vehicle operator, a graduate of Verona High School. He'd been in active duty service since May of 2021. Kaltenberg was found unresponsive in a private car alongside 2 other Marines.
A new bill in the state capitol would make life easier for parents of young kids.
Because it would eliminate the sales tax for things like diapers and cribs. Political reporter Will Keneally explains live from the Capitol. Will?
So this bill is actually pretty wide-ranging, including covering things like the buggies that you attach to the back of a bicycle or outlet covers even. And we sat down today with the bill's author, Representative David Stephan, who says it's about providing extra support for Wisconsin families.
I want every family forever in Wisconsin to have this both recognition and financial opportunity to save a little money when they go to the store. And so that's what it's about. It's providing a little bit of relief from the rising cost of living that we're facing.
And all the bill is expected to save Wisconsin parents a combined $21.5 million per year. Now, per child, that could save families in the neighborhood of $75 per year. This would also apply to local sales tax. So in Dane County here, for example, a $100 crib would run you $105.50. Now, the aim of this bill is to get that down to $100 flat. We'll have more on this bill coming up tonight at 5. Reporting from the Capitol, Will Keneally, News 3 Now.
The only person on board a plane that crashed about an hour north of Milwaukee today is going to be okay. That's according to a spokesperson for the National Transportation Safety Board. Federal officials say the plane lost power shortly after takeoff and crashed onto its left wing. According to the FAA, the plane belongs to someone in southwestern Wisconsin.
The pilot was able to self-egress and has been transported to evaluate his injuries. We've recovered the airplane from the field. We'll be taking it to Myers Aviation this morning to understand the systems of the airframe, the engine, and see if we can ascertain why there was a loss of engine power.
The NTSB is asking witnesses to upload photos, videos, or personal accounts of the crash onto its website.
Former Wisconsin Badgers defensive coordinator and interim head coach Jim Leonard has a new job for the upcoming college football season, and he'll be working for a familiar face. The Illinois football program announced Tuesday morning that Leonard will be joining former Wisconsin and current Illinois head coach Brett Bielema's staff as a senior football analyst. Leonard joins 2 fellow former Badgers on Bielema's staff. Bielema was Wisconsin's defensive coordinator for Leonard's senior season as he played for the Badgers. Federal law already requires insurance companies to provide equal access to medical and mental health benefits, but the Biden administration says restrictive insurance policies makes it hard for people to get the mental health coverage they may need.
So today, President Biden announced new rules designed to make sure insurance companies are complying with the law while also expanding the number of health care providers. Skylar Henry has more details from the White House.
President Biden says insurance carriers need to do more to provide mental health coverage.
For all those brave enough and strong enough to seek help, and I mean that, brave enough and strong enough to seek help, we have to do better.
Biden and many advocates say insurance policies restrict patient access to the care they need.
In 2020, less than half of all adults with mental illness diagnosis received care for it. Less than half. For children, the number's even worse.
He announced new rules which would require insurers to study whether their plans are following the law and make changes where necessary. They're meant to end restrictive policies such as prior authorization requirements and smaller networks of providers, which limit patients' abilities to seek help.
People with insurance are twice as likely to have to go out of network for mental health care compared to physical health care.
The pandemic itself was a national stressor.
The American Psychological Association says in the months following the pandemic, demands for more mental health services are up.
So then the ripple effect of something like that, does that then require or call for more mental health professionals?
We really need to look at how mental health care is delivered, period. We need to have access to specialty care when people's symptoms and struggles overwhelm their capacity to cope. We also need to figure out mechanisms to get care to individuals before they get to the breaking point. And we don't really have a good system for that either.
But experts say the administration's push is a step in the right direction. Skyler Henry, CBS News, the White House.
The new rules won't take effect for at least 60 days while the public weighs in on them.
Many colleges and universities give preferential treatment to people whose parents or other relatives went there. It's called being a legacy, and Harvard is now under investigation for it. A group called Lawyers for Civil Rights filed a lawsuit alleging the legacy applicants Harvard gives preferential treatment to are overwhelmingly white. The action prompted the Department of Education to open an investigation into whether Harvard's legacy preferences violates Title VI of the Civil Rights Act of 1964. That law prohibits discrimination based on race, color, or national origin. Harvard had no comment on the matter.
Nearly 70 years after 14-year-old Emmett Till was accused of whistling at a white woman in rural Mississippi, then abducted, tortured, and murdered, the Biden administration is establishing a national monument paying tribute to the Till family. On what would have been Emmett Till's 82nd birthday, the White House honored the 14-year-old's memory and his mother's with a national monument to cement their place in history. Chicago's Roberts Temple Church of God in Christ, where Till's funeral took place, is one of the new monument's 3 sites. The other 2 are in Mississippi, where Till's body was recovered, and the courthouse, where his killers were acquitted by an all-white jury.
This is history we shouldn't ever have to learn, but it did happen, so it's a part of our national heritage.
Alan Spears of the National Parks Conservation Association worked at the National Monument designation. Spears says remembering painful parts of America's history will ultimately help the nation heal.
Well, starting next Monday, Atwood Avenue in Madison will close completely between Fair Oaks and Sugar Avenues. The full closure is expected to last approximately 1 month while crews reconstruct the street. Crews expected to work between 7 a.m. and 5 p.m. Monday through Friday. Local residents will have access to their homes via various other streets. Well, still to come at 4, will the real Ernest Hemingway please stand up?
Or at least the Hemingway look-alike winner. We will meet this Madison man who took home the title when Live at 4 continues.
Hi, it's Preston from Window World. Over the past 15 years, Window World has donated more than $15 million to St. Jude Children's Hospital. We've also supported the Veterans Airlift Command with 120 flights, transporting more than 150 combat wounded veterans. We have a strong belief in giving back and want to thank everyone who has chosen Window World for your home's renovation. When you go with Window World, you're doing a lot more than remodeling.
Do you suffer with pain, numbness, and tingling in the hands or feet? Commonly diagnosed as peripheral neuropathy? Are you taking drugs such as Lyrica or gabapentin that have serious side effects and often do not relieve your symptoms? Your doctor has told you you may just have to live with the pain. Peripheral neuropathy is a result of damage to the nerves, often causing burning, weakness, pain, numbness, tingling, and the most debilitating balance problems. Our facility uses multiple therapeutic methods to help give you relief from neuropathy symptoms with no injections and no drugs. You may start seeing relief after only a few sessions. To determine if your neuropathy symptoms can be relieved, we will do a consultation to evaluate the extent of your condition. Call us today to schedule your neuropathy consultation to find out if you're a candidate for our therapy. Call today.
You got me.
Tag, you're it.
Imagine a world with no drama. With 4imprint, you don't have to chase down the perfect promotional products. Exclusive apparel, bags, drinkware, and more. 4imprint will help you capture the moment and guarantee to deliver your order on time and on budget. Take the drama out of ordering promotional products at 4imprint.com.
4imprint, for certain.
Set summer in motion with the most electrifying Honda vehicles yet. Like the CR-V and the Accord, both with available hybrid powertrains, designed to deliver more thrilling performance and more innovative tech. Make every adventure more electrifying with Honda, the most awarded brand in Car and Driver 10 Best history. Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or visit your local Honda dealer today.
Entresto is the #1 heart failure brand prescribed by cardiologists. It was proven superior at helping people stay alive and out of the hospital. Don't take Entresto if pregnant. It can cause harm or death to an unborn baby. And don't take Entresto with an ACE inhibitor or aliskiren, or if you've had angioedema with an ACE or ARB. The most serious side effects are angioedema, low blood pressure, kidney problems, or high blood potassium. Ask your doctor about Entresto.
You're watching News 3 Now, live at 4.
Welcome back. With a looming strike that could have caused a major disruption to the U.S. economy, UPS and its unionized workers announced they have reached a deal.
The tentative agreement comes less than a week before the current contract was set to expire. The Teamsters, which represents 340,000 UPS workers, called the 5-year deal historic, saying it includes higher wages for both full-time and part-time workers and air conditioning in delivery trucks purchased after the new year. UPS ships an estimated 24 million packages daily, adding up to about a quarter of all U.S. packages.
I think we can all breathe a sigh of relief that it's not going to happen. A strike in this magnitude with the volume that they handle, we don't have enough alternatives. So first, costs would have gone up. Delays would have increased in terms of products.
The union members still have to ratify the deal. Profits at UPS have grown more than 140% since the last contract, before the pandemic significantly changed how households shop.
U.S. home prices continue to rally. According to a national index released today, home prices were up 0.7% in May from April. It was the 4th consecutive month of home prices climbing after a 7-month streak of declines. Year over year, prices, however, continue to decline. The national composite is 0.5 percentage point below its May 2022 level.
Americans are feeling good about the country's economic future, according to a key measure out today. The Conference Board says its Consumer Confidence Index hit 117 in July. That is the highest level in 2 years, and estimates show it's about 5 points above expectations. The Conference Board says all age groups in the survey report higher confidence, along with a broad range of income levels.
A quiet but positive day on Wall Street. The Dow Industrials added 26 points, closing at 35,438. The NASDAQ gained 85. The S&P 500 was up 12.
As we told you yesterday, a Madison man was named the winner of this year's Ernest Hemingway Lookalike Contest in Key West.
That Madison man is Garrett Marshall, and he joins us now live. Congrats.
Thank you.
And we have to tell folks at home, we're excited here at the station because we've worked together for how many years?
I was here since 1980, about 40 plus years.
Yeah.
Wow.
Garrett and I worked together over 40 years. And
40 years.
What got you interested in this contest?
I was sitting at home in July of 2012. Just finished reading Snows of Kilimanjaro for the second time, and did a little research because I wanted to know about the Karsh photo, the famous Karsh photo with the turtleneck and all that, because I wanted to know what color it was because it was in black and white. Well, what color is it? And I was in Cuba last December visiting down there, and I talked to the lady at the Finca Vigía, his home. I said, do you know what color it is? And she said she heard it was black. And I asked her, is there any proof? Can you substantiate that? No, she couldn't. So I don't know if it is. I think it's a dark color.
Okay.
But this is what I found.
But you were reading the book and you said,
yes,
I want to be.
I was looking at, I hadn't shaved for a couple of weeks. I think I was on vacation. I saw some pictures, I read the article, I looked at the pictures, I looked at myself, I looked at the pictures, I go, I could do this.
And
so you heard about the contest.
I heard about the contest, I went down, it took me 2 or 3 years to figure out what was going on.
Okay.
It is a 501c3 organization. Scholarship money is raised, and there's a relationship with the College of the Keys, and we hand out scholarships to nursing students because his first love was a nurse. English majors, because obviously he's a writer. First responders, and marine biology because it's the Keys.
Here you are at Sloppy Joe's over the weekend. That's a party.
It is. It is a huge party, and that's one of the tenets, is to have fun. And you have a lot of fun. And one of the results of doing this for this long is we have a very solid group of friends. We look forward to seeing each other. We drive around the country and go see each other. Or if we're in their area, we'll call and say, hey, I'm here for a couple of hours, you around, those kind of things, and we get together.
I have to ask, every year you have done this, and until now, you did not win.
Correct.
So every time you would leave a competition without the trophy, were you like, okay, I need to change my outfit, or I need to part my hair on the other side, or what? What did you do? Or were you like, you know what, I am going to stay true to what I have here, and someday I'll break them. How did you do that?
You want to be my manager? No, that's very close. The first couple of years, I did not have this sweater. I was in the fishing shirt. And which he wore a lot. But because I wanted to emulate the photo, because you need to emulate how he looked, who he was. Hopefully you have a visage that is close to that. You trim the beard, so you pick the style. We have a couple of young Hemingways who are dead ringers for him when he was younger. And someday I think we'll have a young Hemingway. But I started the sweater my third or fourth year in, and I stuck with it because it is so close to the picture of the Karsh photo.
14th time the charm.
It is. Well, 11th.
11th.
Yeah.
Numbers are not
you want me to give the award back?
So Hemingway lived in Key West, hung out at Sloppy Joe's. That's why this.
Well, that could be argued. He spent a lot of time at Sloppy Joe's.
Okay.
But yes.
And this is. This is what you get.
What the result was this year is this bust of Hemingway right here.
Finally.
Finally. I call it Wally. Because the artist is one of the papas. His name is Walt Collins. He lives in Phoenix, Arizona. He's a restaurateur. He's an artist. He's a bon vivant. He's a really cool dude. And he became papa my first year in 2013.
So you can't win again.
This is
correct.
So you become a judge now.
You win once and you become a judge. And you have to be committed. You have to have the dedication.
I think you've got it.
Because there's, that's what I wanted to show them, as I had the consistency. To becoming and be part of that group, because I like what they do.
How's retirement?
This is it right here.
Retirement's good, but I need to stay home for a while so I can rest up.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you. I do have something for you.
Oh yeah, what is this?
Two koozies, the koozies. One, this is the before side.
Garrett for Papa.
And Garrett is Papa.
Nice.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Great to see you again.
It's great to see you too.
Congratulations.
The TV at my desk needs fixing. If you can grab that on the way out.
I also have some things I need you to look at as well. We'll be right back.
I'll be
busy. See you. Nothing ruins a day at the beach more than a bad sunburn.
Consumer Reports has advice on how to reduce those pains coming up after the forecast.
At USA Insulation, we fix hot homes. Over 7 out of 10 homes are poorly insulated. Is yours? Here are some of the signs. Is your house too cold in the winter? Is it too hot in the summer? Does your furnace and AC run almost non-stop? Do you have different temperatures in different rooms? Are your energy bills too high? You don't need a new home. You need better insulation. And right now, when we foam your walls, we'll insulate your attic for free.
USA Insulation.
Summer fun means one thing. It's time to visibly say goodbye to crow's feet, fine lines, wrinkles, and under-eye bags, and say hello to smooth, beautiful, younger-looking skin in 10 minutes with Plexiderm.
Oh my God. I can't believe I have no lines in my face. I'm like 20 years younger.
Plexiderm smooths away wrinkles without foundation, without color makeup, and without expensive procedures. And it works in 10 minutes. Plus, the results last up to 10 hours. And Best of all, you could try it for only $14.95 this summer.
This isn't the first time I've been on TV raving about this product. It's amazing. My friends, my family, they can't believe it. There's been creams, there's been lotions. Nothing works like this.
We were away on vacation. If you go down to the islands, they always want to take you in a booth and put some stuff on you. And my husband said, boy, that stuff really works. And I said, I washed this off hours ago. This is Plexiderm. This is what works.
When I tried Plexiderm the first time, my daughter said, oh, Dad, did you get a haircut? And I said, no, I tried this Plexiderm product out. Oh, you look so much younger. I said, oh, thank you.
The instant results are from naturally based silicates found in shell clay. Once applied, your skin tightens and firms, rapidly reducing under eye bags and wrinkles from view in minutes. The science is incredible, but the results are even better.
Yeah, this looks really good. All these lines are gone. Amazing. Oh, I shouldn't say that. I look amazing. That's like so full of myself.
I've had under eye bags for a very long time, and it sucks. Finally, I tried something called Plexiderm. I put it on my face, and I'm not joking. It works.
So take action this summer and pack up your under eye bags and wrinkles and put them on vacation with Plexiderm. Try our summertime special and get it for only $14.95. Plus, get free shipping. Visit plexidermtrial.com or call the number on your screen.
At Machinery Row Bicycles, you'll find bicycle store quality electric e-bikes from Trek, Electra, Felt, Giant, and more. Trek offers the best-selling e-bike in America, Trek Verve Plus, under $2,500. At Machinery Row Bicycles, you'll find fat e-bikes, mountain e-bikes, road e-bikes, bike path e-bikes, and more. Free services included. The place to shop for your new e-bike is Machinery Row Bicycles, the most beautiful bicycle store in the world.
We'll take a look at this. The hot, dry weather in Arizona is perfect for a phenomenon known as dust devils. Check out this one that formed over Maricopa. According to the National Weather Service, dust devils form when ground becomes much warmer than the air above it, and an air pocket will rise quickly, forming a vortex. Why am I explaining this when we have a meteorologist?
Yes. All right, here's the scientist. Okay, what can you elaborate?
That's pretty much, and they form all the time out west.
They're not dangerous at all.
Well, they can actually get quite strong. We've had a couple that was in northern Nevada that lifted the people up off their ground.
We had video of that. It was a softball game. Lift the kids off the ground.
Yes, we've had some people getting injured, damage from them. And sometimes, you know, we talk about an EF0 tornado. They're about an EF0 sometimes in strength-wise.
Really?
It can be. Yeah, but they're narrow. But the thing important is when you see something, you got to look at if it's attached to the cloud or not. If you go all the way up and it's not attached to the cloud, it's a dust devil. Otherwise, because we had a lot of people out there get confused, thinking, oh, it's a tornado. No, you got to watch it all the way up. So it's a common thing. It happens a lot out west.
Regardless, really, Phoenix, Arizona is not the place to be at this time.
27 days in a row or something, over 110.
Yeah. My in-laws are there, so
this isn't bad.
A lot.
It's a dry heat.
That's a dry heat.
That's always a good one.
Unfortunately, they're getting into the monsoon season, so their dew points start going up too. So it's not quite as bad. I meant for the moisture-wise, but we got the soupiness. We finally got dew points that are coming up to 60s, maybe 70. We haven't seen that all year, so.
And that's good for maybe some storms.
Yes, that's typically this time of year we get that soupiness. The corn gets higher, it gives off moisture too, so we start getting those 70s, maybe even 80 dew points. Sometimes we just been so dry we haven't had a chance to get it yet.
So maybe some tomorrow.
We got some tonight coming through before the ridge kind of peaks up, and we get hot probably for one day. The good news is it's just really one day, and then we're going to see better temperatures this weekend. So I'll time out the storms and show you how hot it's going to get after the break.
Construction invites you to celebrate summer with our hot summer sale. We're talking about hot savings of 23%. Many of your neighbors already know how we strive to meet and exceed expectations with each and every project. That's why they voted us Best Roofer 3 years in a row. Experience the best of Madison for yourself with Fry Construction. Get on board for our hot summer sale. Save 23% off gutters with any full roofing or siding project. Schedule your consultation today at fryconstruction.com.
We need to talk about Sonobello.
We are getting rid of all of this
all of this today.
Ladies, this summer you can cover up or feel confident from head to toe with Sono Bello. One visit permanent fat removal.
Look at this shape. My tummy is gone and my hourglass shape is back.
Wherever there's excess fat, we can remove it. That's what we do all day, every day.
Sono Bello's board-certified surgeons use micro laser technology to safely target and remove your diet-resistant fat cells for good.
I could actually wear a two-piece after 25 years.
I have one big regret. I didn't go sooner.
Now, with our Best Bodies summer event, you can schedule your free, no-obligation consultation, plus save $250 off instantly. That's $250 off your stomach, hips and thighs, back, and so much more. Call 1-888-634-9939 or go to sonobello.com.
The new T-Box Savannah Dining Room with private bar is there waiting for you at Vitense Golfland. 2 large HD TVs are available for viewing, meetings, and casual gatherings. Private bar is available for any type of event. No meeting can compare with adding activities at Vitense Golfland. Enjoy indoor-outdoor miniature golf, golf suites, and golf and multi-sport simulators. Add chocolate shop ice cream. As our sign says, ice cream solves everything. Infuse life and fun into your meetings and events at Vitense Golfland.
I suffer with psoriatic arthritis and psoriasis. I was on a journey for a really long time to find some relief. Cosentyx works for me.
Cosentyx helps real people get real relief from the symptoms of psoriatic arthritis or psoriasis. Serious allergic reactions and an increased risk of infections or lowered ability to fight them may occur. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms, had a vaccine or plan to, or if IBD symptoms develop or worsen.
I move so much better because of Cosentyx.
Ask your rheumatologist about Cosentyx.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Yeah, to give you an idea of what we expect basically for July for heat index, really you get above 95 about 19 hours on average per July. 100 it's about 8 hours, and 105 about 2 hours. Now we haven't had any hours this year, so this will probably be our first time we've had a couple of these hours. Once you get to August, these numbers do drop down. So once again, this is really a typical kind of brief heat wave that we do get this time of year. Thunderstorms tonight and tomorrow they could be, and then we have more chances coming Thursday through Saturday. They are strong to severe storms possible with all this. It's just predictability that far out is really hard to say right now. Otherwise, hot and humid through Friday with the heat index. The good news is the weekend does look less humid and near average, and the temperatures next week really going to bump around that low to mid 80s, quite close to what we should be this time of year. This whole ridge has been out to the southwest, is beginning to expand northeastward, and the track of the storms, which has been just to our south, is actually going to come overhead later tonight through tomorrow, and that's our opportunity with this latest wave coming right there to provide an opportunity to see some showers and thunderstorms. Once that lifts northeast, we're under the high pressure, and that's going to give us our hottest day come Thursday. So overall precipitation, we could get quite a bit depending on the track of these storms overnight, half to an inch. If you're under one of the bigger complexes of these thunderstorms, you could get 1 to 2 inches. Just depends on how this plays out, but we are in store to get some precipitation, it looks like, overnight, probably Wednesday morning and then maybe early afternoon Wednesday. The wave that we're looking at, you can see it develops out to Minnesota and then dives and just surges southeastward tomorrow morning. It then begins to weaken a little bit overnight and then weaken tomorrow morning and then push east tomorrow afternoon. Once it gets by, then the storm track pushes up to the north. That system pushes up, so we're into really the hottest conditions would be Thursday before we got a front that's going to come through Friday. Severe risk, we're going to watch that complex. There's a slight risk out there. It does then shift southeastward, so we're kind of in that transition to where this thing's going to fall apart somewhere in southern or central Wisconsin and then redevelop as it gets further east of the area later tomorrow afternoon. So that's kind of what we're going to be watching, and it's been changing all the time as we go through there. So let's look at what right now currently it looks like we're going to see. But after midnight, we should start seeing the precipitation start to develop and push into the area. It's about this time that you're going to start seeing northern areas start seeing some showers and thunderstorms by 6 a.m. And then really we're going to watch as this push of surge comes straight down towards southwest Wisconsin. But it's now at about an 8 o'clock a.m. hour, not towards Madison, but then it kind of weakens as it gets into the area. So really the challenge is going to be whether it can hold together as it gets here and we get maybe some strong severe wind gust, or are we just going to see brief areas of it come through with precipitation and heavy rainfalls. So something between about 6 to 9 a.m., maybe even to 11 a.m., we're going to see it come through. So that's going to be generally a good period of seeing showers, thunderstorms, some brief heavy rain with this too. and then it pushes out by 11 or noon. Then clouds start to break up, so the afternoon will probably see more sun. The good news with this is it's going to limit some of the temperatures from climbing too high. Upper 80s probably east of Madison, maybe southwest Wisconsin with more sunshine in the afternoon will get back in the 90s. Unfortunately, with the moisture, it's going to get the temperature dew points up to the 70s, so it's going to be quite muggy, and that heat index, therefore, is going to be quite high, regardless if the temperature doesn't get to 90. And that's what we're kind of seeing the 7-10-day forecast. That 95 on Thursday, heat index probably topping near 100. And then we have thunderstorms coming in Friday, Saturday, with that front kind of coming back down. And then we cool back to where we kind of should be in the low to mid 80s. And looks fairly benign, quiet pattern going into next week with low 80s, which is not far off from average. So you're going to feel, it's going to feel quite muggy getting up tomorrow and then going into Thursday. I mean, 70 dew points, muggy. Don't forget fog potential with all this. You can get fog in the morning anytime with this too.
That's going to be when the windows are steamed up on the outside.
Everything's going to be steamed up. All the pipes are going to be sweating, all that stuff. So it's that time. Okay. But it's only two to 3 days and we're done with it.
Short-lived.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
Well, fun in the sun can come to a screeching or scorching halt with a nasty sunburn.
If you've ever gotten one, you know how unpleasant they are, but there is some good news. Consumer Reports has some tips you can use to help alleviate those sunburn pains.
Shane Hogan tells us more.
Getting a sunburn is never fun. Your skin feels like it's on fire and anything that touches you hurts, not to mention the potential long-term health effects.
Every time you get a sunburn, it ages your skin and it increases your risk for skin cancer.
Preventing sunburns should be priority number 1 by wearing sunscreen and covering up. But for those times you may have forgotten to apply sunscreen or even reapply after a swim or working out and ended up getting a wicked burn, there are things you can do to help relieve the discomfort, like taking frequent cool baths or showers.
As soon as you're done bathing, pat yourself dry. Don't rub the towel against your skin. You want to leave your skin a little damp and then apply moisturizer.
Look for moisturizers that contain aloe vera or soy. Since getting burned inflames the skin, taking an anti-inflammatory like aspirin or ibuprofen can help reduce swelling and alleviate any discomfort. Be sure to also keep hydrated, even drinking more water than you usually do. If your skin blisters, don't pop or peel them. Allow them to heal. And if you do go outside, cover up by wearing clothes that cover the burned areas and stay in the shade as much as possible. And to help prevent getting a sunburn in the first place, wear sunscreen. A top-performing sunscreen with a perfect score that's also a CR Smart Buy, Coppertone Water Baby's Lotion SPF 50, and despite its name, it can be used by adults as well. Be sure to use a teaspoon per body part or area that's not covered up with any clothing. If you're using a spray, hold the nozzle about an inch from your skin and spray until your skin glistens, then rub it in. And for all types of sunscreens, reapply every 2 hours and after swimming. This is Shane Hogan.
Oh, I used to get some bad sunburns.
Yeah, nothing worse than that. That can ruin a whole day.
But peeling that off.
There is something a little exciting about that.
Don't do that. Coming up next year on Live at 4, co-ops are on the rise across the country. We'll tell you why.
And then at 5, after years of planning, an old hotel in Janesville's restoration is nearly complete. Catherine Merck will tell us more.
Hi, it's Preston from Window World, your locally owned and nationally known remodeler. Experience customer care and appreciation like you deserve with a family-owned small business located right here in Madison. Let us prove to you that quality and comfort are affordable with a house full of windows starting at $4,800. For the best windows, the best install, and the best price, call Window World today.
Salonpas Lidocaine Flex, a super thin, flexible patch with maximum OTC strength lidocaine that contours to the body to relieve pain right where it hurts. And did we mention it really, really sticks? Salonpas, it's good medicine.
It's easy to get lost in investment research. Introducing JP Morgan Personal Advisors.
Hey, David.
Connect with an advisor to create your personalized plan.
Let's find the right investments for your goals.
Okay, great.
JP Morgan Wealth Management.
Here's your parachute.
Packed it myself.
Certain it's okay?
Mm-hmm.
Are you for imprint certain?
Certainty matters, like the certainty of congratulating coworkers or saying thank you for being a customer with promotional products from 4imprint. Our expert team is dedicated to making your satisfaction a certainty.
Acting myself.
Land the perfect products at 4imprint.com.
4imprint, for certain.
Attention, Wisconsin veterans.
I'm Tony Evers, the governor of Wisconsin. If you are a veteran struggling to pay for rent, utilities, or other life-sustaining services, I want you to know that the Veterans Rental Assistance Program is here to help. So call 833-WISC-VRAP or visit vrapwi.com. You've always been there for us. We want you to know that we're here for you.
Look, Mom, I found one. Oh, yeah, you did, but we need an ATM from our bank, unless you want to spend a small fortune in fees.
No, thank you. Banking with BMO means more fee-free ATMs than the 2 largest U.S. banks combined, including places like pharmacies and grocery stores.
Saving money and more convenient. Look at you being so helpful.
What'd you expect? You're studying at a help stop.
That's you.
That's me, at a desk.
When a bank helps you get and stay ahead, that's the BMO effect.
Tonight at 5, a game changer for parents. Discover the proposed sales tax exemption for a wide range of baby essentials, how this bill could ease the burden of raising kids.
Some storms are possible tonight, but the big story will be the hot temperatures and high humidity. I'll have more details at 5.
And ahead at 6, see how firefighters battle fires on scorching days in our Beyond the Barometer report. That's ahead on News 3 Now at 6.
Given the weather satellite is spin, we end up at the Bay Bridge connecting San Francisco and Oakland. What's the temp? 80 degrees. That's pretty warm for San Francisco. It's warm all over. Well, since the pandemic, restaurants have found it difficult to recruit and retain employees.
A pizza shop called A Slice of New York lies in the heart of California's Silicon Valley and has baked up a new business model.
Len Ramirez shows us everything. Everyone gets an equal slice of the pie.
There is something very different about this pizza place. And it goes beyond their award-winning pies. It's about the people. In fact, everyone in this kitchen owns an equal slice of the business.
We're a worker co-op, which means all the members and owners of the business work in the business.
Kirk Vartan started the business 17 years ago. 6 years ago, he turned it into a co-op by selling the business to his staff as a leveraged buyout. The employee owners are now paying back a business loan with the profits of the company, and they all run the shop as a board of directors.
It's not just a job, it's our baby.
This was Colin Webster's first job when he turned 18 10 years ago. He now chairs the board.
There's a stigma against people that work in the service industry. Like when I tell people, I'm like, no, I own a business and I make more money than some of my friends who went to college.
It's not a new business model, but it is getting a lot more attention after the pandemic wiped out many small businesses. One customer called it a better experience.
This model works. It works from a customer service level, in terms of employee retention. 1, 2, 3.
But it wouldn't work for anyone unless the end product is good.
The proof is in the pizza.
And these long lines at dinner time means consumers and the workers are both getting what they want. Len Ramirez, CBS News, San Jose.
The pizza shop has vacation time, a family leave policy, and a 401k.
Well, that's not bad at all.
Not bad at all, and good pizza, too.
Oh, well, we heated up into the 90s today, and for some, it could be dangerous to be outdoors too long.
UW Health's Dr. Jeff Potoff tells us the signs to look for to avoid becoming a victim of the hot weather. Stay with us.
This looks like a Coughlin crew at the finest. It's a Midwest Financial Group Money Minute, and we're here at Matt's house. We have Matt's wife, Lauren, and introduce your 3 beautiful daughters.
My oldest, Alyssa,
Hannah, my middle, and Madeline, my youngest.
I love it. After all these months, we're finally getting to meet the Coupland crew. And really, we're relating everything to your work. So what and how do recipes really kind of play along with a financial plan?
Well, we're looking at making a pizza today, and I think it's fitting because you've got different ingredients, different parts that come together to make the final product. And so for us, it's the same way, like we've talked about all the time. You know, the final product may end up different, but the thing is, having a recipe, having a plan to help you get there is the key part.
Absolutely. Now, you girls, you've never made these pizzas before, right?
We have.
Oh, you have? Okay, are you excited to do this?
Yeah.
Do you think your daddy's gonna really need some help? Because he probably, he's gonna know how to? All right, well, let's get started. What do you think, Dad?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. So really, you could look at these 3 pizzas as 3 different retirements.
Yeah, I mean, I will tell you, having done this before, they're all going to look different, right? But the interesting part is if my office is a restaurant, it's cool that we have different chefs that focus on different things that can specialize when it comes to making these types of things. So, you know, we've got insurance, taxes, retirement planning. We've talked about it before. We really have somebody, no matter what you're trying to build.
Absolutely. All under one roof, one phone number, making it easy for you.
Cheers
to
Midwest Financial Group.
I'm Emmy Fink, and you're buzzed into Madison. They even know it. Good job. Let's eat up.
Ivisia Dry Eye Drops. Made with hydrating polymers, moisturizing hyaluronic acid, and revitalizing trehalose for instant dryness relief that lasts up to 8 hours. Ivisia, we see a better way.
Keep your home looking clean and beautiful with 11% off Dutch Boy paints at Menards. DuraClean paint provides a weather-resistant coating with crack and fade resistance. Get a gallon for $29.98 after rebate. For exceptional adhesion and one-coat coverage, choose Dutch Boy Max Bond Plus exterior paint. It's a paint and primer in one that resists dirt, mildew, and repels rain 90 minutes after application. Get a gallon for $44.49 after 11% rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
If you think you have Dupuytren's contracture, there's a simple test you can take from anywhere. Try to lay your hand flat against the surface. If you can't, you may have Dupuytren's contracture. Talk to a hand specialist about your options, including non-surgical treatments.
There's a new meaning to Cheesehead, and it has nothing to do with Wisconsin. So further south at the Texas-Mexico border, a young driver entering the U.S. attempted to declare 4 large wheels of cheese. Well, the crack team of Customs and Border Protected agents smelled something off and x-rayed the cheese, discovering 17.8 pounds of cocaine instead.
Well, yeah, there's that.
There is that.
Coke and cheese goes together. Bronny James, the son of NBA superstar LeBron James, is recovering after going into cardiac arrest on the basketball court.
It happened during basketball practice yesterday at the University of Southern California. The 18-year-old James, an incoming freshman on the USC squad, was treated by medical staff on scene, then rushed to the intensive care unit at Cedars-Sinai Medical Center. His family says he's in stable condition today.
I think everyone's just happy that he got to the hospital, and everyone's thoughts are with him and the James family to make sure he's okay.
Bronny James was one of the country's top high school players. He declared his preference for USC in May. His father, Lakers legend LeBron James, said he hopes to someday play in the NBA with his son. The family is thanking the medical staff at USC for their quick action and is asking for privacy at this time.
And joining us now to discuss that and more is UW Health's Chief Quality Officer, Dr. Jeff Potoff. Thanks for being with us today.
Hey, guys.
There's a difference between a cardiac arrest and a heart attack.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think that a heart attack is what causes cardiac arrest, and it certainly can. But typically in situations like this with Bronny James, it's not so much a heart attack where a blood vessel is closed off and that causes the heart to stop. It usually has more to do with an electrical disturbance. The electricity that tells the heart when to beat, that gets kind of off whack, and then your heart doesn't beat, also causes cardiac arrest.
Is this something that other parents out there might be like, oh, this could happen to my kid, and that you don't want to go down that rabbit hole of worry?
Right, it's certainly not common, so it's not like this happens a lot, although it does sometimes happen. Some kids are more at risk of it. Young people who have an enlarged heart, something called cardiomyopathy, would be more likely to have this electrical disturbance. But at the same time, sometimes it just happens randomly. But thankfully not commonly.
This happened to another student at USC last year, or 2 years ago, on the basketball court.
Yeah, it sounds like the medical crew there had a bit of experience treating this, and we do typically see it when it happens. It happens when these kids are exerting themselves, so it's not like they're just, you know, walking down the street. This happens. Usually it's in the setting of exercise or exertion where this will sometimes happen. The heart will go into a rhythm that doesn't pump blood, and then time is of the essence at that point. Typically, if you can defibrillate the heart, so kind of like send electricity through the heart, kind of reset it, kind of like you do your computer, the heart will start beating normally. As long as that time is short, then you don't have, you know, death of brain cells and things like that.
And he wasn't in the ICU very long. So that's a good sign.
Yeah, absolutely. Anytime this would happen to someone, they would typically go to the ICU for observation, you know, kind of monitor how that heart is doing. The fact that he's out of the ICU so quickly is a really good sign.
So we should see him back on the court then, hopefully soon.
Hopefully soon.
All right, with this hot weather, we have heat stroke and heat exhaustion. There's two different things.
Absolutely. So they're kind of like a gradation. So you kind of start with heat exhaustion. That's the less severe form of heat-related illness, and that'll typically start with, you know, feel a little lightheaded. Maybe I feel dizzy. You know, now I'm feeling like maybe I could pass out, or I've got some muscle cramps, and those are kind of like your early warning signs. So when you start feeling that, it's important not to just push through, because if you push through and don't get cooled off or don't drink fluids, you can enter a state of heat stroke. And the number one thing that kind of differentiates heat stroke and heat exhaustion is your mental status. So people with heat exhaustion, like, they know what's going on, they're kind of with it. Once you start getting into heat stroke, you get pretty confused. You're not sure what's going on. You can almost become comatose. The other thing that's interesting is when people go into heat stroke, sometimes their sweating mechanism shuts down. So people who had a heat exhaustion, they're sweating profusely. Once they get into heat stroke, eventually, once that temperature climbs above 104 degrees, sweating will stop. They'll actually be hot and dry instead of hot and sweaty.
So those are the warning signs to look out for.
Yeah, for sure. A lot of times if you're kind of early heat exhaustion, you can manage that if you get out of the environment, drink fluids. Once you're getting towards heat stroke, you need to call 911. Those people need to be treated in the hospital.
So it's all about taking precautions, even though this is going to be a short-lived heat wave in a sense, but it can only take like a second.
It's all about planning. Just make sure you know it's going to be extra hot and have that plan in place so that you aren't pushing through or keeping going when really your body's not tolerating it.
Drink water before you're thirsty.
Yes.
Absolutely, for sure.
Yeah.
Okay,
Well, stay
thank
cool.
Yeah, you too.
We'll try. It's nice and cool in here.
Yeah, nice in here.
All right, thank you, Jeff. We'll have a final check of your forecast coming up.
Perfect.
This is the house that Angels built. Attic Angels Senior Living Community is built on a foundation of authentic, local care, a framework for living well, windows to take in the beautiful future, and is crowned by the pride that one's home is one's castle. This is the house that Angels built. Attic Angel Community. Independent homes and 4 levels of assisted living, built with the help of angels.
Get 40% off new windows during Champion's 70th anniversary sale. Plus, pay nothing for 18 months. And don't miss your chance to win our $70,000 home makeover. Enter online today. Call or schedule your free estimate online 24/7 at getchampionwindows.com.
You got me.
Tag. You're it.
Imagine a world with no drama. For the guarantee of high-quality promotional items delivered on time, go to 4imprint.com.
4imprint for certain.
Wallersheim Winery and Distillery, the home of Wisconsin's favorite wine and the Wallersheim Old Fashioned. Located in Prairie du Sac and available throughout Wisconsin.
Creating family memories is what Maple Leaf Landscaping is all about. We design and build outdoor spaces that bring people together. Landscaped spaces for any size family. Functional, beautiful, a place everyone will enjoy. And it all starts with a free visit at your home by one of our landscape experts. So call Maple Leaf Landscaping today and have us create an outdoor living space for your home.
Coming up on News 3 Now at 5, a game changer for parents. Discover the proposed sales tax exemption for a wide range of baby essentials from diapers to strollers. Find out how this bill could ease the burden of raising children. Stay tuned for the full scoop at 5.
A season of drought leading to raging wildfire that just can't seem to end.
A large fire in July like that is unusual.
News 3 Now takes you beyond the barometer for a deep dive into the longer than normal fire season and its impact here. Thursday at 6.
Yeah, we're going to watch for a series of thunderstorms to come through the area tomorrow morning after 4. First push could be up north of the Dells, and then we're going to see a strong surge of that coming through south central Wisconsin, probably after 8 to 9. We could have gusty winds, maybe some heavy rain with some of this action that goes on, so something to plan for a wet Wednesday. The good news is the cloud cover will keep the temperature down. Unfortunately, the dew point will be high enough that the heat index should get up to the mid-90s in certain areas with more sun probably for southwest Wisconsin. Otherwise, Thursday looks to be the hottest day, 95 with heat indexes close to 100. The good news is we should cool down for the weekend, but we will have thunderstorm chances Friday and Saturday.
On the next Live at 4, we'll have a Concerts on the Square preview.
And we go behind the wheel with Harvey Briggs in the 2023 Mercedes-Benz GLC 300, a compact SUV that's all about comfort and luxury at a fair price. That's tomorrow on Live at 4.
Rider chips. Just taking a break. That window's a bear.
Don't worry. My cousin's got a guy.
Hey, I'm not sure I can help you with the house gas, but I can help you replace this window fast.
Let the experts at Feldco kickstart your summer with 2-for-1 windows and no interest until 2025. Plus, we'll get it done Feldco fast.
2-for-1 windows ends Monday. Hurry. Call now.
Call 866 for Feldco.
There's nothing better than a great night's sleep on a new mattress from Steinhafels. The new Tempur-Pedic Breeze is made with a one-of-a-kind cooling technology that feels up to 10 degrees cooler, allowing for a better night's sleep. Right now, save $500 on the Tempur-Pedic Breeze mattress. Queen Tempur-Pedic Breeze mattresses are just $74 per month when using Steinhafels 72-month financing. Plus, get $300 in Steinhafels cash. Steinhafels is your sleep solution destination.
Entresto is the #1 heart failure brand prescribed by cardiologists. It was proven superior at helping people stay alive and out of the hospital. Don't take Entresto if pregnant. It can cause harm or death to an unborn baby. And don't take Entresto with an ACE inhibitor or aliskiren, or if you've had angioedema with an ACE or ARB. The most serious side effects are angioedema, low blood pressure, kidney problems, or high blood potassium. Ask your doctor about Entresto.
This summer, happiness is a new Chevy. You can go farther, tow more, and bring along everyone you love. Your road to happiness begins in a new Chevy. Get 1.9% financing on all 2023 Silverado 1500 Crew Cab LT Turbo Max pickups, or current Chevy owners get $5,750 total cash allowance when you trade in an eligible vehicle. Chevrolet, the #1 selling brand in Wisconsin.
In 1930, we began helping people in Milwaukee who were hurt and killed by the carelessness of others. For more than 90 years, the awards for our clients totals well into the billions of dollars, probably more than all the other personal injury firms in the state combined. When entering a negotiation, it helps to have that reputation on your side. We have the talent and resources to take on the big corporations. For regular people all over Wisconsin. Habish, Habish & Rotier, national reputation, hometown service.
In today's Final Touch, talk about a high tide.
Mounds of marijuana washed up on a coastal beach. Beachgoers were baffled and all abuzz about a bunch of marijuana that inexplicably washed ashore, littering this Florida beach with literal seaweed.
Oh, wow.
There was pot all up and down the beach. The cops were called when a bystander spotted the pot and took a whiff of the stank dank for confirmation, and sure enough, it was weed. Police came and eventually cleaned up the beach buds, warning locals not to try and take any. So sorry, folks, no freebies from this high tide.
Well done.
Thank you. I'm here all week. That's our time for now. We'll see you here again tomorrow. News 3 Now at 5 starts right now.